Okay. Um, Next slide is really about something which isn't fully in place yet, and this is the ability to test purely the performance of the wireless link. Um, it's a little bit of a subset of the blame the network problem. Is the specifically blame the wireless link and imagine that there are all kinds of problems there that really aren't there. I'd said earlier in the presentation that the amounts of bandwidth being used in our wireless networks is really laughably low. Um, for anything that's going on, be it testing or iReady, um, there's hardly any intense usage of the links. I mean, just to give you an example, if you were to start up a cart of laptops and start YouTube streaming on every individual laptop, I would not anticipate there being any problems. YouTube is buffered; it's fairly bandwidth efficient, and if you have decent clients, if you have dual band 2x2 MIMO Wi-Fi adapters in your clients, then they can potentially hit 144 megabits per second when they have the channel, and we're not going to have any problems. But sometimes it's nice to be able to demonstrate that, and it's nice to be able to have a tool which is going to show and exercise only the link layer, so not be dependent upon the internet feed to stream YouTube. Just be able to show, look, we can send tens of megabits per second over the wireless link, and it's not a problem. And my plan would be to have this usable and available by myself and network services guys, but also to provide the information to school techs who want to go the extra mile, and work on their skills. And I think what we're probably going to do is use a tool called iPerf, and version 3 of that. And the idea would be to put it on the this Linux USB stick that we're talking about, and to put up some instructional videos about how to use it, and to prep it so that rather than having to remember some quite complex command line syntax, that you might be able to just run some scripts that will find the iPerf hosts, or sorry, the Portage Linux hosts on an access point, and then contact them and get tests running. So this is a kind of a watch this space slide. Going to keep going on these slides. So I figured it was worth covering just the simplest stuff, the most basic troubleshooting from the client. We're thinking about the Windows client, because we haven't really seen these issues. And again, I'm looking for feedback from you guys if these issues also do occur on Chromebooks. So typically, you walk up, someone's having trouble, assuming that they got logged in. You look at the wireless icon and you see how many bars they've got. And if they've got 2 bars, then you say, well, that's not right. Because you can probably look at the device next to them and it's probably got 4 or 5 bars. And nobody should ever be very far from an access point, and therefore no one should ever have a low signal. So the conclusion you reach is that they've probably connected to to an access point which is not in this room. Now, if you don't want to do any analysis, then what you simply do is you click on the wireless icon, you go up to where it says SDPPC wireless and it shows it's connected, you click on that and then you disconnect, and then you're going to reconnect. And most of the time that will solve the problem. It will reconnect and hopefully select the access point in the room and reconnect to that access point with a decent number of bars. There are also some command line utilities. It's mainly NetShell, WLAN, which allows you to determine exactly which access point you're connected to. I'm going to document that. It's not here. It's going to be in a video, and to some extent, it's It's handy to know, but it doesn't really help you that much because it doesn't allow you to force it to disconnect from that one and to connect to a specific one. But I'll still document it. Now, advanced troubleshooting from the client. Again, this is a watch this space. I found that there were some commands under netshell or netsh which allow you to run a trace, a wireless trace. And you can specify that you want to run a trace against the WLAN and that you want to store the results of the trace in a particular file. Then you can take that file and analyze it in something that looks like a bit like the Microsoft equivalent of Wireshark. Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer. This is a little bit different because it's not only looking at network stuff, it's also looking at internal Windows stuff. It's actually quite in depth, and I don't think it's a tool that would be that useful to school techs because, it would help you troubleshoot a quite serious problem, which would be an endemic problem, a problem that you might find across all models or across an entire operating system within the school district. So it's more likely to be an endpoint tool. But again, I am trying to compile this set of videos with descriptions of tools and stuff like that. So I'm going to put something in about that.